A lady come to my office the other day, she say, I never been in jail. I say, I beg to differ.
Yeah.
She say,
You've never been in.
well, you can't prove I've been in jail.
Yes, you
I said,
can.
you got a social security number, right?
Yeah.
I said, what's your social security number? I say, that's your prison ID number. You're a prisoner in America. I say, you don't use that social security card outside of America. Did you know that? He say, study the enemy for he makes no excuse for his failure. You failing because you arguing with the enemy and not studying him. You fighting him with carnal weapons, but you ain't fighting him with the most powerful weapon that you got, and that's your mind. Man, I'm gonna blow you up. Really? Really? I can push one button and blow you off the planet. You ain't even thought no more.
I was just telling them when I went to the slave castles in Africa, I was in that 400-year-old building, and that room that I was in, you know, I was 14 years old, but I said, this room feels very, very familiar. You know, that's when the minister took us, you know, to Ghana for Savior's Day.
Yeah, we got the
I was 14, and I was in one of these slave capsules, and one of these rooms, I said, man, this feels so familiar. And I'm looking around, and it dawned on me, because when you walk in, you have the aisle, then you have the bench row seats. Bench row seats. And then it opens up, little swinging door, then the floor plan opens up. They have the tall place where someone sits, a shorter place, and the auction block on the floor. But it was a courtroom. It was the same exact build of a courtroom, but it's a 400-year-old building.
So imagine the thought. It's 400 years old.
Beyond, and they just changed the name. It's the same system.
Same system.
Same system.
Look! This is the Eye of the Trenches! The Eye of the Trenches!
We're the same color.
Oh man.
Assalamu alaikum.
Niggas Allah, son.
How you doing, man?
Praise be to Allah. This is Russell Jackson. He's our deputy director.
How you doing? Nice to meet
Pleasure to
you.
meet you.
And I've been knowing him forever, so he's been working with us. But this is Elijah Farrakhan.
Okay.
This is
How
the
you
Honorable
doing?
Minister Louis Farrakhan's grandson. The whole objective of this conference is to give our elected officials another side of the coin, because everybody has labeled us. They thugs, they this, they that, they this, they all of that, murderers. We've been, you name it, we've been labeled that. But nobody has ever talked about the 1/3 that come out of prison that's successful in the community and doing marvelous work. They never even mention it. They don't even mention the fact that many of us got degrees out of prison. I got 4 degrees.
You got 4 degrees.
I got 4 degrees. I have an associate's degree in political science. I have an associate's degree in communication. I have a bachelor's degree in communication, and I have a master's degree in communication out of prison.
Wow. Yes, sir.
And I'm going to show them,
Yes, sir.
the men and women who have even PhDs out of prison, that they're never even spoken about.
Right.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
That nobody even know they exist.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Wow, really? Yes.
Honored to be here.
You know, Benny Lee was a gang leader. Put him up online. He's a notorious
Right, West
gang
Side,
leader.
yeah.
Now has a master's
That's
degree,
right.
working his PhD, and he's a professor at a college.
Yes, sir.
Where he teaches. While you label him a vicious and very dangerous man, look at him now.
Look at him now. Yes, sir.
And we slept in the same prison, in the same cells, next to each other. But while everybody else was gangbanging and doing it, we were spinning books. And who was our lifeline? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
How are you?
I don't care who they was rolling with.
Right.
Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I'm talking about from the 70s.
Right.
Before any of the other brothers even knew what was going on.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He was making a difference on the inside.
Yes, sir.
I'm the moderator.
You the moderator. Okay, perfect.
The keynote speaker is Minister Troy out of Detroit.
Oh, he's
Yes,
here?
sir.
Yes.
Because he was in prison too.
Yes.
He's solid.
Yes.
Man, you put this thing together, man. Woo, man, crazy.
Because I didn't see what I didn't want. I didn't want a bunch of people that hasn't made the choice to change and be a contribution to the community.
Right.
So I brought those who are doing something, running organizations, owning businesses. You see what I'm saying? Going to college, working in schools. Like a lot of people don't know, I was a counselor in urban prep for 6 years. Stanley Muhammad, who was on the west side at one time, who was the first officer, is the one who hired me in there. Because of my degree. Can I get some, man? Okay, all right. How you doing, sis? I'm good. Okay. How you doing, sis? Okay, let me. I know I help you get your ID. Come on, man. Give me some of that love, man. You looking all mad like you got to kill something. You ain't gonna do nothing today. All right? How you feel? Man, give me some love, man. How you feel? You all right? That's what I'm talking about. Come on, man. Give me some of that love, man. Yes, sir. You ain't on the block no more, man. How you feel, man? It's good to see you, man. Man, you know I love you. Okay, yeah, you ain't on the block no more. You don't need a hood, oh shit. On them too?
I offended God sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, I'm just finna say, you think he ain't offend something? Right. Anybody in this line that ain't offended God, raise their hand. Oh, okay. I thought somebody offended somebody. Hey, man, how you feel?
Man, that's a great way to put it, though.
Hey, that's the way, right?
Absolutely.
And then how to get involved to whatever city you're in, to take it from here to there. It don't take a lot. It just takes the mind of God and to say what? Be and it is. Come by come. Because the people gonna rally around you when you write. The minister told us that. When you write, you don't have to worry about money. It's going to come to you, especially when you're doing what Allah has prescribed you to do.
Yes, sir.
And that's following your nature, doing what you're supposed to do. And we're going to take it to another level. I'm going to help you. I'm going to get these kind of people behind me and get behind you, and we're going to take it to where it needs to be. Because what we're doing is we're fulfilling what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told us in 1995 when he said adopt an inmate. It ain't just about writing a letter. It's about showing them the love in your heart under the worst conditions.
Yes, sir.
Under the worst conditions, just what? Show them a little bit of love. And that goes a long way. It was the minister that loved me under the worst conditions. When I first had an opportunity to talk to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, it was in 1978. He was just rebuilding the nation. And he said to me, he said, brother, how are you doing? And I said, brother minister, I'm just trying to see light at the end of the tunnel. But look what he said to me. He said, why do you don't turn on the light in the tunnel?
Say that again, brother.
He said, why you don't turn the light on in the tunnel so you can see your way out the tunnel? What he was saying to me is that you got a light in yourself. Man. Are you looking for somebody else's light? Don't turn on your own light.
Turn on your light.
That stuck with me, man. That was listen,
I got goose. You see my face?
Right.
All on my face.
That was in 1978.
I wasn't even born. Dang.
And from that day to this one, my light that Allah has blessed me with through the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, I shine it everywhere.
Yes, sir.
It lets me, that's my healing.
Yes, sir.
From a bad situation, and then it gives me light to see what out of the tunnel.
Absolutely.
Brother Lionel, can you tell us again, what's the purpose of today's event?
The purpose of today's event is to simply let the elected officials know and the world to know that those that you have vilified and spoken ill of have gravitated above the labels to much higher men and women. These are the kind of men now that have degrees, they have master's degrees and PhDs, they running companies and businesses and organizations. So these are the kind of men that you want to hire, because these are the men and women that are never spoken about. Never spoken about. These are the 1/3 that never return to prisons or jails. They don't never, people don't even talk about it. Brothers, they talk about those that's coming in and going out.
Right.
But what about those that have come home and that are successful, that are building communities and building nations, and you never even know that they had a criminal record? So we got senators here today to support us. We got aldermen here to support us. We got state representatives here today to support us, so that they can see. They didn't come to talk. All due respect, I don't want them to talk. I want them to learn and listen from us who have experienced these lifestyles. Beautiful.
May I ask you one question, bro?
Yes, sir. You sure can.
So can you explain how your past doesn't have to define your present or your future?
All right, you
Well,
all, before
that's
we
the purpose
start,
of this,
I'm urging
that your
everyone
past
to move towards the
don't
empty
determine the
seats
outcome of your
towards
future.
the stage.
You know what I mean?
There is
Your
plenty of
future
empty
is
seats in
dependent
the
on
front,
what you put in your
and you are
brain
able
or
to fill
put
up
in
the
your
seats
mind.
in the front, and then
So that
move
when
back
people see you, they see another you
Thank
as opposed to the label that they put on you. Okay?
Yes, sir.
That's why this is important.
We notice that our people are always the ones neglected. You gave your time to society, you repaid your debt. Now it's time to be a returning citizen. So before we start the summit, before we open this up, I want to introduce the Honorable Alderwoman Taylor.
The narrative surrounding ex-offender often paints a bleak picture, focusing predominantly on the past mistakes and the society stigma. However, it is critical to highlight the transformative journeys many individuals undertake after incarceration. We don't have that many city colleges in the city of Chicago, but President Sanders literally has been an inspiration to us, and he does really good work. And so before I bring up President Sanders to welcome you to Malcolm X, I want to make sure that I respect the brothers that work with me in the City Council of Chicago. We got Alderman Chairman Jason Irvin. And from the South Side, we got Alderman Desmond Yancey. And definitely my brother from another mother, Senator Robert Peters. I ain't gonna tell y'all his name. And so these are all people who worked hard to really push that we have the Office of the Returning Citizens in the City of Chicago, which is a new office as they began. And this conference honestly came about because we went to a seminar, myself and Minister Lionel Muhammad from TRS. We went to a summit that they kind of had, and literally they had a panel with one person who was returning citizen.
Right.
One.
And I am so dedicated and committed to the success of the initiatives that she brings, because she has done her homework and she knows that that support is needed, and she has a partner here in me here at Malcolm X, and will always have that. So I certainly thank her. I certainly thank my alderman who takes care of our west side. We have a campus that's under a $20 million renovation, and that is Malcolm X College West Campus, formerly known as the West Side Learning Center, and that is Alderman Jason Irvin. If you would give him a hand. I do want to talk about what we're doing today, because I think it's important for you to know that everybody has made a mistake. There ain't one person in this entire world that can say, I have not made a mistake. Some of us made some mistakes and we should have been in jail, we just didn't make it there. We didn't get caught, somebody didn't see us, God had mercy on us, something happened, but it didn't happen. But listen, even if that was your journey, it's not over, because it's not over until it's over. If there is life in you today, there is hope for tomorrow. If there's life in you today, tomorrow can be a better day than it was yesterday. If there's life in you today, you can reach whatever you set as a destiny. Don't let nothing be your barrier. Don't let nothing stop you. I'm telling you, people gonna say no, but you say yes. You say, I'm gonna make it, I'm coming through. I don't care who's against me, who's trying to stop me, I'm gonna reach my destiny. I wish I had some help in here. Our students come and they think that they can't be successful that they didn't have what's necessary to be successful. And every day I talk to our students and I tell them, you are a success. You have to think it in your mind first. And once you get it in your mind, then you can get it in your walk, you get it in your talk, and then you get it in your destiny. You can come to this college at any time. Now, we do have some specialty programs, and our partners will ask that question because it goes to their clinical education. We can't do anything about that. That's something you're going to have to address with the legislature. But we never, ever ask that here. You can come today and I'll register you for our spring term. Anybody ready? Yeah. Because I'll take you in. All right? We never ask that question. We never will, because you're welcome here. This is your college. And listen, you're qualified to go. We took 71 of the 100 black men we took to Africa. We took 71 earlier this year. We're going to be doing 4 more trips to Africa for African American males, females, whomever wants to go. We take them. And guess what? Just because you have a little trouble don't stop you from going to Africa, and we pay for every single dime.
Every application is, have you ever been convicted? So technically, all of us, when we do an application, when you say, have you ever been convicted? Yeah. I just didn't get punished, you know what I'm saying? The punishment coming later.
And you caught, right.
You know, but to have men and women to come out of prison and be successful, to do the work they do. Mr. Jackson that I introduced y'all to, him and I worked together for years. I sat in a 6x9 cell building an organization from the inside out. TRS didn't start on the outside. TRS started on the inside. Building an organization.
The light in the tunnel.
Yes, the light in the tunnel, man. When the minister told me that, man, I went and sat down and evaluated myself. Man, I said, why did he say that? I asked the minister to repeat that. If he was standing, he'd say, I remember, brother. He said, you need to turn the light on in the tunnel. I'm looking at the phone like I'm crazy.
We need this.
You know how you be looking at the phone like, man, what is he talking about? And the first study guide that I ever read in my life was sent to me by Barney Muhammad in a 6x9 cell, and it was Overcoming Difficulty.
That's that one right there.
Yes, sir.
Brother, that one there,
Yes, sir.
it was like somebody was at the cell. Woo!
Y'all seen that speed, right?
Right.
I'm wearing the same color, but I ain't like you.
What you say, bro?
At least 50, you know. Right? You saw that. We got a rep, you know.
That blow, man, was so devastating that when I recovered, I wish some of the brothers that was here that was in prison with me. When I came out of the cell and went to the yard, I had my shirt on. I didn't have a bow tie. Button up to the neck. Everybody looked, man, that nigga done went crazy. He done lost his mind. Assalamu alaikum, brother. How you doing, man? I'm started talking to them. I got one newspaper. I had one final call for one whole year.
Mastered it.
Wow. One final call for a whole year. I read it so much that I could quote the whole centerpiece and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad by heart. Like right now, I can quote Message to the Black Man, the whole first chapter by heart. I read it so much. And everything in the ministers, in the study guide was building yourself. Overcoming. Ain't no outside enemy.
Enemy within.
You the damn enemy, man.
Enemy. Yeah.
Ain't no sense of looking through the bars. That's right. The enemy is behind the bars. Ain't no sense of being mad at the God and still behind bars. You the enemy, man. So cut the damn light on. So you can see your way out this tunnel.
Come on, OG. I need to hear that right now.
You keep looking everywhere outside of yourself and you ain't looking in yourself.
Dr. Cage without modern technology.
And that study guide right there, man, guided me for years. When I went to the parole board, I want to share this with you. When I went to the parole board, I had been to the parole board 11 times in 20-some years. And the minister gave me the words to say from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'm looking around the cell because I hear the minister. Follow me, brother. My words were this. I say, this board is an instrument to purify my faith. When Allah is through with me, whether you like me or dislike me, God gonna let me go. I picked up my folder and walked out. I said a lot more than that, but I walked out. So the Caucasian lady that was there, who was the stenographer, she broke out the door behind me and wrote her phone number on a note, on a matchbook, and shook my hand and put it in my hand. I wouldn't call that devil if she was the last one on the planet. I took and threw it in the garbage can and kept on walking. 30 days later, brother, I say, if you can find one person in this prison to speak ill of my character ever since I accepted the teaching of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad under the leadership of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, I will never petition this board again for release. 30 days later, they let me go.
Wow. Can you say that again, bro?
If you can find one person in this prison to speak ill of my character, ever since I accepted the teaching of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad under the leadership of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, I will never petition this board again. Never.
Wow.
And 30 days later, they let me go.
Wow.
Sure did.
That's powerful.
Powerful.
A lot of mercy. Yes, he's mercy. But it's one thing to say it, and then it's another thing to know it.
Know it and live it.
See, we talk
God's
God.
the greatest.
You gotta live it, man.
That's right.
The minister say, I ain't trying to hear all what that you're preaching. That's why I tell the brothers all the time, you don't need me to come in here and teach you nothing. I gave you the material. I gave you access to what you need. Minister Abdullah, Minister Farrakhan can't be in all these places. But he gave you what you need. You don't need money on your books. You don't need that. That's not a need, that's a want.
Okay.
Oh, the doctor.
This is Dr. Kim. Yes, ma'am. This is Brother
Assalamu alaikum, sister. How you feel? That's good. Now I know if somebody fall out, we got somebody to take care of them. All right? Okay. It's an honor for you to be here, sir. I thank you for coming. And I hope you stay so you can learn a few things. Okay? That's what we're here for, to teach, okay? Did you get that?
Yeah, I got
it. Put the DR there, that's the doctor.
She works at Jackson Park. She ER physician at Jackson Park.
On Stony?
On Stony, right next to the mosque. That's how we met.
Seriously? Sister, all right. Well, you walking distance there. I got to go farther than walking distance. I ain't make it. I got to drive.
I'm there.
Okay. Well, listen. You have a direct connection.
No, Jackson Park.
You know what I mean?
It's all the minerals.
And the reason that we're doing all this is because we want brothers and sisters like yourself and elected officials here to know that everybody that they say is a criminal has transcended that madness into another form of life, and that is the service of themselves and their people. So everybody that work with me, everybody, I'm talking about everybody, they gotta be service of the people. We just can't hang out on the corner.
He brought some senators here,
Yes.
aldermen,
Yes.
a lot of organizations here.
State representatives. I got all of those organizations that you see on there. I brought them here. And some of them ain't even on there because we had so many, we couldn't even get them all on there.
Right.
But they still here. And they're all returning citizens.
And our minister from Detroit, he served in prison. How long was he in prison?
10, 12 years, something
10,
like
12
that.
years. But he's the minister in Detroit.
On a major city.
And he's nice, good brother. Can speak too.
Can you imagine that? They say, man, you a criminal. But now you out running the whole city. Now you ain't running the block no more. You running the whole city.
Yes, sir.
And you ain't selling drugs to them, you selling a product to them that gives them life. Because the Honorable Lionel Muhammad he say you don't take away their skills. You just give them a new product. You know what I'm saying? What's the new product? Us. You know what I'm saying?
You see the OG right here.
see, I'm a new product, man. Give me to the people. When I go to parole hearings and I go to parole board, I take about 12, 13 brothers with me. This is our lieutenant from the Lee 50. Brother Haroon is with me. I've been to these hearings, and I don't let everybody speak. I speak for them. I say, these men here, this one here had life plus 30 years. This one here had life plus 30 years. This one here did 32 years. These are the men that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, under the leadership of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, has produced. And if you want to ask us about recidivism, none of these men I have to worry about going to prison. Our recidivism rate is 0. 0. When you accept this here, you don't go back to jail because ain't nothing in there. Oh, I don't want another religion. You only accept religion when you accept this here. This is a way of life. This is a life-giving teaching. If you want religion, go to church. You want religion, go to the mosque over there. They pray 5 times a day and do no work. See what I'm saying? We talking about life-giving teaching. We talking about providing a work and a service to our community that they much need, and they need us at the table. If you ain't at the table, then you on the menu.
We got to watch you.
Come on.
Better watch me.
Come on.
They're going to charge him. They're going to charge him with breaking with a breakout.
He breaking them out. Look. Too many at one time.
Hey, listen,
He gonna charge him with a breakout. Charge him with a breakout.
So he trying to break out of jail. A lady come to my office the other day. She say, I never been in jail. I say, I beg to differ.
Yeah.
She say,
You've never been in. You've never been in.
well, how, you can't prove I've been in jail.
Yes, you
I said,
can.
you got a social security number, right?
Yeah.
I said, what's your social security number? I said, that's your prison ID number. You're a prisoner in America. I said, you don't use that social security card outside of America. Did you know that?
Right.
She said, looked at the social security card, looked at me, looked at the social security card. She said, damn, you sure we right.
And it tells all about
That's your prison ID number.
date of birth, what your
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't teach us something that was foolish. He say, study the enemy, for he makes no excuse for his failure. You failing because you arguing with the enemy and not studying him. You fighting him with carnal weapons, but you ain't fighting him with the most powerful weapon that you got, and that's your mind. Man, I'm gonna blow you up. Really? Really? I can push one button and blow you off the planet. You ain't even thought no more.
I just did an interview with Styles P, the rapper I was telling you about, one of them, out in New York. So they're gonna go to Staten Island, and they're gonna have me as a guest with them. They go to Staten Island. Him, Jadakiss, and and my brother. It slips my mind his name, but another one of the great brothers from New York. He was talking about the prison and everything, and I was just telling them when I went to the slave castles in Africa, how I was in that 400-year-old building, and that room that I was in, you know, I was 14 years old, but I said, this room feels very, very familiar. You know, that's when the minister took us, you know, to Ghana for Savior's Day.
Yeah, we got this.
I was 14, and I was in one of these slave capsules, and one of these rooms, I said, man, this feels so familiar. And I'm looking around, and it dawned on me, because when you walk in, you have the aisle, then you have the bench row seats. Boom, bench row seats. And then it opens up, little swinging door. Then the floor plan opens up. They have the tall place where someone sits, a shorter place, and the auction block on the floor. But it was a courtroom. It was the same exact build of a courtroom, but it's a 400-year-old building.
So imagine the thought. 400 years old.
Beyond, and they just changed the name. It's the same system. Same system.
You know, we forget the DNA has memory. DNA has memory. This is why we're taught that we connect to the God of origin. When he says you have original brains, he's referencing that because, and the minister was leading us through that with that Dianetics treatment to go all the way back, where you can make that connection. And so that's why, if you remember, they were asking us sensory questions. How did that feel? How did you feel when you smelled such and such? What did that? And those thoughts take you. So that familiar feeling was real. That was not imagination. That was within you.
The connection.
That's within you, brother.
We went down in them dungeons, and the torture chambers, the suffocation chambers. They had a church there too. It was in the slave dungeon, slave castle. They had a church up top.
Wow.
And you know, the double doors with the 6-point stars the minister tell us about, but they're gone now. They took them doors down. And they took the 6-point star off of the door.
Yeah, grinded it off.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because you know, well, he has uncovered them, and they're trying to. They do stuff like that to cover their track. You know, this identity business, identity theft is, boy, when you're dealing with a master thief, and remember,
the arch
deceiver, and what's his number one quality?
Deception.
Deception. So
you know what?
Keep the truth from you.
The Pontiac Correctional Center. Now, of course, I'm the study group coordinator. There's 4 brothers that roll with me everywhere. So one day, one of the brothers kind of broke off. Somebody called and we broke off to the side. So we kept on walking. We walk in the yard now. Cause the prison is so big, we walking. That's how you get your exercise.
Bro, yeah.
So when he caught up with us, he come up on the side of me. He say, "Brother, we gotta watch you more careful." I said, "Man, we in jail. I ain't worried about none of you guys." That God told me they waiting on something to happen. So they can kill you. Listen to this here. This how I'm doing. Yeah. Really? I went in the cell and I sat down and I thought about it. The minister say they have been trying to kill him for years. I'm not a big guy, but I'm teaching. I done established study groups in every prison that I'm in. That's how I got so well connected, because everywhere they shipped me, I established study groups. Those study groups are still in operation to today, and this is 2024. And I make sure that they get all the material that they need to keep them study groups going. But I sat on my bunk and I said, wow, what did I do somebody want to kill me? This how I'm doing. I'm talking to myself. I said, damn, Lionel. Man, you did a lot of stuff when you was in the street. You did this. But I ain't never killed nobody. Then I started reading the final call. And the words of the minister would jump out. I know you want to kill me. But I just raised the stakes. These are the words. Say.
Who been messing with my niggas?
That can't be me. You understand what I'm saying, bro? That can't be me, cause I'm the little man on the totem pole. That can't be me. I'm the little man on the totem pole. What you mean, brother minister? Truth is a prevailing force. No matter if you kill Farrakhan or not, you will never be able to kill the truth that I represent. Those are the words from the minister.
Praise be Allah.
I'm sitting there like, whoo, how do I handle this?
The other brother is Peter Guns. I interviewed Brother Peter Guns, and we got on the topic of when I got pulled over, right? I was dating this Asian sister. I was like 16 years old, got pulled over. The police officer asks for her, her license and registration and everything. He looks past her and looks at me and says, I know who you are. Now, I've never been to jail, never been arrested to this day, He looks past her and says, I know who you are. You're Farrakhan. You stay on 1034 West Newport Beach. I know you. Identify me by face. So to add to what you're saying, wow. They hate my grandfather so much they identified his grandchildren who never been to jail, who never did no crime, never was arrested. But they knew me by face and address in Arizona. Wow. At 16.
Hey.
16 years old.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? I just was speaking about this. I was in New York with Peter Guns. We did an interview, but truth. This is their biggest fear because the minister said they built a world on falsehood. And that falsehood is that the white man is the supreme. Yeah. So he whoops us. But he claims to be supreme. So he built a kingdom on falsehood. And it's fallen. Wow. The truth is destroying his kingdom.
That's so powerful. Listen. 3 o'clock in the morning. This after the guy had the conversation with the police.
Do they still swear people in court?
Oh, I don't know. I ain't been so long. Okay.
She was just I'm just messing. Look, she's like, quit playing with me.
Hey, listen here. They said, hit my door. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. They came and got me. You know who Fred Hampton Jr. is?
I heard.
He's in Chicago. And they got Larry Hooper. 3 a.m. in the morning. I said, where am I going? You getting the hell out of here. Where am I going? Man, they put me on a helicopter. Me, Larry Hoover, and Fred Hampton Jr.
What?
And they sent and he'll tell you this to this day, they sent all three of them. They put me in the Menard Correctional Center in the mental health unit all the way in the back in the cell where they only had one person on the Gary, that was me.
Get out of here.
I asked him, I said, well, what did I do? The officer said to me, he said, you teaching too much. Wow. You pose a threat.
Say that one more time, brother.
I said, what? I pose a threat.
Story.
He said he's teaching too much. He
Fred Hampton
poses
Jr.
a threat.
When you get a chance to me, he'll tell you. And they got us out of cell at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Big U. You heard of Big U? He said that they put him in a hole because he was telling them about Farrakhan and speaking Islam. Put him in a hole.
Yeah, they don't like that. They don't like that at all. They don't like that at all. What you need, Lean? Hold on 1 minute.
Crazy. Fred Hampton Jr. and Larry Hoover, he's speaking the truth, but they made him as dangerous in their mind. That truth, boy.
It is dangerous.
No, what's his name? J. Edgar Hoover. He said the biggest threat to America is black youth.
Wait, what?
And
The black
Israel.
Messiah.
One of their ambassadors also said that
Recently.
So
Recent.
they're focused, and she didn't. Black American.
Yeah.
American. Black youth.
Yeah.
See, now think on that for a minute. Because those are Farrakhan's children. You know, whether they got it through the rap, why American black youth? And you controlling all media. You frame working minds in school. Your frame working minds on TV. Your frame working minds in all your magazines and your music industry. Any value avenue of communication, you are the architect of what is delivered, except
the Nation of Islam. Except the final card.
Except. So why American black youth? My God.
They different. They know.
They have the freedoms and liberties that other people do not have to get information out there, even if they try to stop it. Like you said, there's certain mediums that they cannot stop with them, and the knowledge that black youth is now gaining and being open to and actually thinking on is very, very revolutionary, because now they're revolting. And now they're not taking what we used to do is just kind of sit back and take it and say, oh, okay, well, that's not my battle to fight, or that's too powerful. They're not doing that anymore. So.
And what they really see, they are courageous.
Fearless.
We say they don't care.
No, they do.
But they do care. They don't care about what you're trying to do to stop them about what they want to do. They don't care about that. See, so they are courageous.
And hip hop has become so powerful that it's captured their children. So now I've watched videos of them beating up their parents because they said something racist.
Women, what they go through or what they've been through and what their trials are. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this: a nation can rise no higher than its woman. So that means she's very important. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the woman is the greatest seer. She sees farther than the man. So these sisters, I asked them to be on the panel. There was one brother that I was going to have on the panel, but he late, so women don't take charge. It's just that simple. And I told all of the women, I said, well, men have messed up stuff so bad, so we got to get it in order, you know what I mean? And the woman has to take the lead. There's a sister here that's still with her brother, with her husband, for 53 years. That sister there a light to many of us. Because her husband, myself, Rome, and a lot of us that were in prison with Imam Yusuf, he did 53 calendar years. But he was a teacher to all of us. And he taught us not by just doing things, but he taught us by demonstrating from his mouth the characteristics of God. Was he not our teacher? Jerome? Imam Yusuf has been a father to me inside. I can take a moment because some of y'all have no clue what we went through. You have no idea what it's like to sit in a 6x9 cell. It's something that you couldn't do. But I had a brother and a father. Rome had a brother and a father. In the worst condition. And he taught us what it was to be real brothers and men. So I thank Almighty God a lot for him being part of my life. Because I wouldn't be the man today had I not had a man to teach me, to guide me. And I was very rough around the edges. Oh, you need to hear me? Okay, he was a father to me that I didn't have. Sure, my father was in my life, but in prison, no one is in your life but your cellmate or the prisoner. And I thank God for you, brother. When I got out, I never forgot him. So I continued to write. I continued to send letters. And when he got out, I was the first one to go get him beside his children. I went to get him. And his wife said, you better bring him back. So Imam said, he said, we on our way to California. She said, Brother Lionel, I don't play no games. But I thank Allah for this brother. And I tear up because y'all don't know what it's like to sit in a 6x9 cell. That's why I got these sisters up here. Because I want the world to see what you have criminalized and talked bad about and labeled dangerous women, no good women, thoughts, whores, you name it, the world has said it. But these are sisters who are examples of what this kind of summit can produce and this kind of world can produce when God is in your life. These are all God women. Open your shirt, please. That's the logo you forgot, daughter, on the banner. But that's all right. That's it, God. That's what got us through. God. I've been working with this sister for a long time, and I thank Allah for her. All right. Diane, stand up, Diane. When she first came home, I met this sister. And I told this sister, we're going to stand with you regardless what. And I've been standing with her. I text her often, let her know, sister, we love you. Because this world has tried to destroy the black man through the black woman. But not today. I can stop all that madness right now. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, sisters, on the panel. And y'all sisters, get to know Brother Lionel personally, because I love what I do. I don't do this for money. I don't do this for fame. I do this because I care. Because I know what it's like to sit in a 6x9 cell for a crime you didn't commit. And it was like men like that, Yusuf Mayoon, that helped me become the man that I am today. And I thank Allah for you, brother. Would y'all give me, man, Yusuf?
first as a woman of God, and just as a human being that I'm not defined by my past, and just a woman committed to moving forward and making positive change.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. What about you, Cece?
Well, like Ms. Diane said, I am a woman of God, and at the end of the day, I'm human. I'm a mother, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm a wife, I'm a community leader, I'm an organizer. I'm all the things that I say I am, and not what the system or the world wants to dictate due to my number.
Okay. What about you? Yes, sis.
I want people to view me based on my personality, integrity, and heart, and I want to be viewed as a strong woman, not a statistic.
I would like for people to view me as a woman of God, a mother, a sister, a daughter, and also I just don't want to be defined by my past, and just, just moving forward, that's it.
What contributions as a citizen can you make or you have made to better yourself and the community in which you live?
So first I would say is evaluating myself.
Okay.
Holding myself accountable, and then from my lived experience, use that to be a vessel, a witness in other system impacted people's lives, or just the average person who may not be system impacted, just so that I can help and be a role model. I take care of myself, thank God today I do. Work out, eat good, go to church, and just utilize myself in the best way possible so that I can lead our community and our youth and people who need somebody to guide their way.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What about you, sis?
I got a lot to say. So, for me, say the question one more time.
It says, what contributions as a citizen can you make or you have made to make better yourself and the community in which you live?
So as a citizen, I think all of us, that's our human responsibility, is to give back, right? We live here on Mother Earth, and it ain't free, right? We get to breathe and eat all the food, the trees, everything gives us life. So we are responsible for taking care of our planet. And that starts with taking care of ourselves, just like Ms. Diane said, right? Self-care, eating right, doing the right things, leading as an example. You are an example. So when you elevate yourself, you elevate your community.
Come on now.
I've been home now for 23 years. I came home May of 2000. I started going back behind the walls in 2001. I grew up in the system. My I wouldn't say childhood, but my youthful years, right, I spent behind the walls. I'm someone who went to jail at 17, went to prison at 18, and came home right before I turned 26. And what I want to say is that no woman in any prison or any jail is ever safe.
That's right.
That's what you need to understand. Just like they used to rape women back in the day during slavery, it's still happening every day behind these walls. A lot of people don't like to talk about these things, but I do. Unfortunately, I am one of the many faces of prison rape. We never get justice, and we got to live with this for the rest of our life. There's no protection for women ever. What happens to these officers when they do what they do, they just get sent to another unit or to another prison. Nothing happens. And who believes black and brown women who just been sentenced and has this label of convict, felon, right? Ain't no help for us. So what I did when I came home, I got together with the amazing state rep, Sonia Harper, and we together put a bill together to end 800, there was a list of 800 backlists of grievances that went through the PREA that were not being looked at. So now there's a 90-day resolution anytime somebody sends something in that they've been harmed. So that was my justice. I've been home, I've been going back behind the walls, serving my brothers and sisters, because at the end of the day, The biggest investment you can make is in yourself, and I've done that. I got many degrees, many certificates, and everything I learned, I feel it's my responsibility to go back in and teach one, reach one, and share this information. When we have knowledge, our lives change. When we have people that support us, our lives change. I have a ministry, it's called God, Giving Others Dreams. It was always just a ministry because I was scared to leave the 9 to 5. I was scared to leave that stable paycheck. But unfortunately, 3 years ago, I lost my little sister to gun violence. Again, women ain't safe nowhere. And when that happened, I turned my ministry into a full non-for-profit. So I'm on the south side in South Chicago. I have 3 buildings now. We have a higher education department where people can walk in and take their GED. They don't even need a pencil. They just say, hey, I'm here to learn. They get up to 3 times. We have a food pantry. We have holistic support groups every day of the week. For Monday, we have Magical Monday for the LGBTQ+. Tuesday, we have Tighten It Up Tuesday. We also have grief support group. On Wednesdays, we have Wellness Wednesdays. On Thursdays, Thriving Thursdays for our men. Friday, Family Fridays. It's about helping people, giving them tools and resources that help them elevate their life. So you can't nobody heal nobody else, but you can give them tools and let them decide what's going to help them heal. Because healed people, we move differently.
Come on, man.
Right?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm a visionary. And what I came to do is to build in my community, so when I leave there, it's ran by my community, and I come back as a philanthropist to pull into it and push into it. I'm here to help people own businesses. I believe we all should own our own businesses.
Come on now.
That's where we create economical growth and wellness, and we break cycles and cycles of generational harm.
Can do with organizations to make a positive contribution to those coming out of prison. What do you think? That's why we have senators here, aldermen here, state representatives here, so you can get an opportunity to speak to them so they can see what it is that we really need. What about that?
So my answer for that is government can collaborate with organizations to make positive contributions, develop more programs that are strictly for individuals with records and that will offer them job opportunities, education, counseling, and the biggest challenge, housing.
Okay. What about you, sis? Yeah. Yes, you. Yes.
I said something along the same lines. The government can partner with organizations to gauge the real needs of returning citizens, to give people like myself the opportunity to express what they really need, which in my experience has been opportunities for work and housing.
Okay. What about you, sis?
I also think that the government should collaborate with a lot of organizations and communities to give jobs. And also the biggest challenges for most people come home is housing. So I think it should be more important to helping returning citizens with housing and also doing follow-up to make sure that people are also getting these type of things that they need.
Okay.
So I concur with everything your sister says, but I'd like to add a little. Okay? So for me, I believe that the way government can really change things is to actually collaborate with the orgs that are trying to change the laws that impact us, right? Get together with a clean slate. I myself have been home for 23 years. I have my case sealed, but because the background systems belong to 50,000 different people, they all don't get the information, right? So therefore, it's still like, I can't run an Airbnb. I was almost barred because of my record to participate in my daughter is graduating from 8th grade. My kids go to a Catholic school, right? They take my money with no problem. The principal I had before, she was awesome. She supported me. She knew of my work. We got a new principal. He's like, I need you to do a background check. I'm like, okay, no problem. I already got my case sealed. Thinking I could say no. 3 weeks before it's time to go and do the party and the dinners and all these beautiful things, he calls me and says, Miss Cologne, unfortunately, you can't come and be a chaperone. All you can do is come and pick up a report card due to your record. So first, I started crying. I'm gonna be real honest. I'm like, again, I gotta go through this again, right? Then after I wiped my tears, I called him back. I said, whose policy is this? And then he was like, oh, it's to the archdiocese. So I called the archdiocese and I asked them if they knew the Bible and who Jesus came out to when he came out that hole and came back to life. He came out to sinners. He came out to sinners. So I asked them if they knew the Bible. Second, I asked them, is there a policy? Who do I fight with about this policy? Long story short, they couldn't give me an answer. So I called the school back and I threatened them. I told them that I was going to grab my number because I actually have a big old cardboard that has my number, B49613. I told them I'm going to sit in front of your school and I'm going to chain myself to this number because it's not my daughter's number to wear or bear, it's mine. You're not going to go in there and give her generational harm and trauma because all the kids, kids are cruel in school. They'll be like, your mama's of this, your mama's of that. I said, no, y'all ain't paying for therapy, so guess what? Y'all want this? Because I'm going to call NPR, Telemundo, and everybody else that's trying to name it. So of course they said, no, Ms. Cologne, calm down. You can go, but don't tell nobody. That's our system. So what I mean, there has to be a change because they're creating that prison's a pipeline. Why? Because I went to go complain to my alderman about this. And there were children in there, teenagers, who told me, I'm glad you said this, because my mama won't even fill up the application because she got a record. So they're intentionally creating that, I would say, separation between parent and child. If I'm good enough to be their parent at home, I'm good enough to be their parent at school. And I'm all for protecting our kids. Yes, we can keep people who have crimes against children out of school, but everybody else should not be excluded for being a parent to their child. That needs to be changed. Again, policy. Another way government can help. Us non-for-profits, we're struggling with state grants. They're yearly grants. We can't keep great people, right? So if we did a 3 or 5 year funding to actually keep something stable in the community, because right now I feel like they just give me band-aids, to be honest. Because I can rent anything under the sun.
For visibility. The focus tends to be on men, as they make up a larger percentage of the incarcerated population, leading to less awareness of the unique challenges women face. Many existing reentry services are designed primarily for men, leaving women without access to resources that they need.
Okay, what about you, sister? Same question.
I don't know how.
Real quick.
I don't know how. I don't know how.
Give her your microphone, Diane.
It's on now. Oh, there you go. They're speaking to it. It's so crazy. I got to say
That's all right. That's fine. Take your time. No worries.
Take your time, please.
That's fine.
Go ahead.
The same answer can come from different angles. That's all.
I just think the focus usually just being the population of the man prisons more than women. So I think the focus is usually just men, and we get forgotten about. You know, most reentry centers is for men. And so that's I'm done.
I feel like women are forgot about because we live in a society where people believe that women have it easier than men. And I also have growth and
That's all right. Take your time.
Wait, can you repeat the question?
Oh, okay. Why are women not mentioned?
Oh, right.
When it comes to reentry.
Yeah, okay, so I do feel like we do live in a society where people believe that women have it easier than men, and they also believe that it's easier for a woman to navigate the world and that we have more opportunities, but returning home from prison, the opportunities are even less for us, honestly.
Okay, you got 2 minutes.
I would say I agree with all of you sisters. Can you hear me?
Look it up.
Sorry about that. I agree with all of you sisters right here. Women tend to get ignored. That's been history since forever. But what I like to say is that women have a lot more time struggling with programming when we come home. We're stuck in this cycle of destruction because if our kids are with DCFS, we can't come and knock on the door and say, hey DCFS, I'm home, let me get my kids, right? So unlike men who are not asked when they leave the prison system, let me say that, they're not asked if they're primary caregivers, they're not asked if they're fathers, so therefore they don't get all the extra programming we do. And then the people that assess us, they're not like us, so they don't even understand our culture. So if we say the wrong word, now I got 12 weeks of anger management because I said shit, right? You know, so therefore, I'm just giving you an example. I got parenting classes, I got supervised DCFS visits, I got anger management, I got all this programming that I gotta do now, right? This person said I need 12 weeks, this person said I need 6 weeks, 8 weeks. So now I'm supposed to ask my boss that I just got this job today, hey boss, can I have 2 days off a week, even though you just hired me today for the next 90 days because I got all this programming. And you know what they tell you? That's your business, you gotta do that after work. So there is no employer in the state of Illinois that supports family reunification.
Go ahead.
We protect women, we protect our next generation.
Go ahead.
When we don't protect women, we create 2 numbers. When women lose their children, we lose our life. There's nothing to live for. We become a revolving number because we start doing what we ain't supposed to do. Doing drugs and committing crimes out of character, right? There goes that revolving number. The child, 9 times out of 10, if she gets through the system and is released at 18 or 21, like our children are, them are the people that everybody likes to complain about in the city, are young people that live on the red line. Again, released with no supports and no help. So they're committing crimes out of character. So we start another number. Now we got 2 numbers. Or they end up going to a place, foster parents that harm them and send them onto that sex trade that nobody talks about. There's no sex trade slave in this industry. Nobody talks about it, man. Our children. Because you know what? Amber Alert ain't for us. It's for Amber.
Stand up, please.
While our students are standing, we want them to say their name so they can be acknowledged outside of this space. Ms. Diane, can you raise your mic back up to say your name and your business? Each and every one of you all, thank you.
My name is Diana Winchester. I am a health and wellness person. I work for the Women's Justices. Thank you.
I'm Ashley. I have a vegan cosmetic line. Yeah, and I'm also in the process of opening a youth center.
My name is Shanice. I am a care coordinator and reclamation specialist for the Women's Justice Institute.
My name is Celia Colon, but you can call me Cici. I'm the CEO and founder of God Giving Others Dreams. We are a direct reentry training and healing center, and we got 3 locations in South Chicago. Come visit us.
Are extraordinary. Yes. Are extraordinary. Amber Alert. And
Look! This is the Eye of the Trenches!